Notice you've stacked your plates on your barbell with the numbers facing out. Are you
yeah, I get a lot of shit for that.
maniac?
Drew thinks I'm a psychopath. Huh. I wanna know what the reason for people putting them numbers inward is, other than that's just how you do it. Good morning, Misfits. Welcome to a long overdue episode of A Day at HQ. Chuckle 1 and Chuckle 2 are gonna be tackling MFT number 2240. We're making this video today because we wanna highlight the primer day. Whether you're getting ready for an open workout, a semifinals workout, CrossFit Games workout, whatever it is, we like to put that primer day the day before we get after it. Dude, 35s, that's the oldest trick in the book.
They're 55s. I got those Rogue 65 Gorilla plates that are like...
I didn't even know they still made 35s.
Help!
You're 75 to 80% weight.
75 is around 150 or so I'm at 155, but we'll see. I'm not afraid to go down a little bit just to move a little bit quicker. I'm not, warm-up says feeling like okay, but sometimes it starts to feel a little bit better as I go, so warm up a little bit more. We'll see how she goes. And that 150 to 165-ish range is where I'm gonna be working at today. Mandatory that all 20 reps are snappy. That's the goal. So 70% all the way up to 85. Like I know it says 75 to 85, but it can be personalized a little bit. Just gotta make sure it stays. On back. Lonzo. You guys will notice Sherb's jumping backwards. That's typically a sign that your torso is still too far out over the bar, and you're either going to hit yourself with the barbell or you're gonna jump backwards the other way. So it's better than jumping forward, but it's not as good as not jumping in either direction.
Notice you've stacked your plates on your barbell with the numbers facing out. Are you
yeah, I get a lot of shit for that.
maniac?
Drew thinks I'm a psychopath. Huh. I wanna know what the reason for people putting them numbers inward is, other than that's just how you do it. So someone answer me that question, but it makes no logical sense that the numbers are facing inward. Please respond.
Your knee is injured and mine is not.
Oh, got it, my bad.
Keep talking with yourself, it's fine.
I've snatched 265 and you haven't, so.
Yeah, day before an open workout. Good idea. How do you feel about Sherb
I just saw that. That's a fucking abomination.
alternating?
Yeah, alternating.
Like Hunter's a serial killer for doing numbers out, but this is just unacceptable, serial killer or not.
Metal numbers out.
I thought you went numbers out, then numbers in, so people couldn't tell those were 35s.
Prime. Up next, we got 6 minutes, right? 6 minutes, 15 dumbbell facing burpees. Bar facing burpees. Drew doesn't like dumbbell facing anything. That's the affiliate coach in me, the logistical. I don't want to set up a barbell when I can just use a dumbbell. 15 bar facing burpees, 12 dumbbell snatches with the kind of open weight 50, 35, and then 9 chest to bar pull-ups. This is a conditioning stimulus, meaning that for the whole 6 minutes we're just in cruise control. That's not slow. Kind of the opposite, actually. It should be a set and rep scheme and weight in the event that we're a heavier barbell that we can just continuously move through steadily for 6 minutes. Ultimately, we're probably looking at like 3 rounds at absolute most if we're really moving fast, or I guess maybe like three to 4. But it is meant to get your heart rate up, really get into that headspace of going really hard, really fast. But at the end of the day, you know, say you even get 4 rounds, that's 36 chest to bar pull-ups and an insignificant number of burpees and snatches. So nothing that's gonna beat you up by any means, but instead just kind of priming the system to move fast in what we assume is always going to be a higher intensity environment for the open workout tomorrow.
So we get a lot of people that get scared of things like warm-ups before an open workout or primer day before, and you just have to think about the volume that you put in all of the time and when your best workouts actually show up. We find typically athletes have the best workout of the entire week, the second or third piece on a random day. We try to keep that in mind when we're writing the primer day, when we're writing warm-ups, when we're writing, you know, flush, or maybe even get into the gym and get sweaty before you start your warm-up on one of those days. So with this workout, we know that the volume is going to be like extremely manageable. We know we're going to work through some really kind of big ranges of motion to get blood flow to different muscles and really just sort of set yourself up to feel ready, as opposed to feeling stiff and feeling like that first time that you really get your heart rate up that it's a little bit too much.
3, 2, 1. Yeah, that's about right. Had to slow down on the 3rd set of burpees, but it's okay. Good chance to practice the footwork under fatigue. Round and round she goes, 6 minutes. Don't be afraid to push it. I'll be fine in 5 minutes, and that's the purpose, that's the point.
2 feet on the takeoff, right, sir?
I think so.
I was probably worse about that. I'll like kind of jump and then like cross over and sort of land 1 foot. The spirit of the movement's there.
It's hard to see in real time because you guys both exaggerate the shit out of the 1 foot landing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I'll hop over
so
and
it's hard to tell. It looks like you're jumping off 2 feet, but it could be one of those ones where it's like you slow it down and you see one of the legs pick up first.
yeah.
Yeah, that's fair movements all in one.
Primer workouts, the epitome of practice how you play. You don't know yet. You might be doing the exact same movements the next day. So if you're not hitting range of motion, you're not thinking about things like the footwork, like he said, you're not thinking about using your hips in the chest to bar pull-ups. It's a pretty good chance once you get under fatigue on game day that you're going to revert back to that same thing. So I personally like to have for athletes just that one thing per movement on days like this, where they can go in and say, I'm going to focus on this on the burpees, I'm going to focus on this with the dumbbell snatch, I'm going to focus on that with the chest to bar pull-ups. That keeps you in it mentally, keeps you kind of fresh while you're going. You have something to focus on other than just your heart rate being spiked. So just as long as you're sort of, I don't want to say following the rules, but moving the way that you would want to on game day before is super important. So
What's next? We got the flush next. So we got 100 calories on 3 different machines where you work for 90 seconds and you rest for 30 until all of them are done. And it's your choice how you want to personalize it. If you want to go machine 1 all the way through, machine 2 all the way through, then machine 3 all the way through. The biggest point about this is that you, 1, do it, and 2, you understand that it's not necessarily a training piece where you're trying to set the world record for how fast you can do 300 calories, but that you move steady and that you move through that range of motion. Hopefully by this point you've done pacing instructions on different machines, so you have a rough idea of what like a sustain or a forever or a reach pace feels. And the idea behind this is a, you know, forever sustained pace, leaning more towards the forever pace. So again, you flush those muscles out and that you don't feel beat up come tomorrow.
We joke about it in here a lot with M&M comments, but this is very much like a get in the zone type of thing.
Auto zone.
You really really want to get in the zone mentally.
The auto zone.
You want to get on the machines, you want to think about what you're doing. No, you don't want to push too hard, but there's a bit of the like, you can't, the day before you're about to compete, you can't let any of the voices in. They're not allowed in there on those days. So just want to make sure that you stay focused while you're doing it. You can listen to music if that's your thing. You can do what Sherb said and pick that number and just be sort of maniacal about it and stare at it, even though it's not a super intense thing. But there's definitely something to how you set yourself up mindset-wise when you're going into that next day, because a lot of people are so fit and then the nerves take over. So being able to go in and say, like, you know, telling yourself, I've put in the work, like, my grandmother's not going to stop sending me birthday cards if I come in 5th in this workout, like that kind of shit. You really want to feel like you're ready, because in most cases you are, and you're just psyching yourself out.
Finish! Congratulations. Thank you. I have flushed.
You're flushed?
I'm flushed. Yeah, feel good. Gonna do some, a little bit of flossing around the hips and knees. Not that kind of flossing. Voodoo floss.
That would hurt to floss your like body parts. All right, Misfits. That was a primer day at HQ. Just to recap, if you're looking to get ready the day before a competition, online qualifier, whatever it is, we're looking to be snappy in some roughly 80% power variations of the Olympic lifts. Want to do that merry-go-round style workout where you're just going movement to movement, unbroken, feeling good, thinking about the way that you move. Make sure your movement standards are there. And then we hop on the machines and just make sure we get blood flow to all the body parts. Make sure we get the lymphatic system flushed out. So if you got any waste from earlier in the week that you got to get rid of, you get rid of it there. And then you just get in the right headspace and get after it. If you guys want to see more Day at HQ style content, hopefully eventually with some different athletes and without these stupid things on our face, leave a comment below. We'll see you next time.